Blumhouse Productions is a film and TV production company founded by producer Jason Blum in the year 2000, with the production divisions of Haunted Movies, Blumhouse Tilt, Blumhouse Television, and Blumhouse Books. Blumhouse has mainly produced horror films but has nonetheless amassed an eclectic collection of genres in film. Among their most popular and successful films are Paranormal Activity and its sequels, Insidious and its sequels, The Purge and its sequels, Split and its sequel, Sinister and its sequel, Whiplash, Oculus, The Gift, Tooth Fairy, The Visit, Get Out, Upgrade, and Black Klansman, added to the acclaimed TV miniseries The Normal Heart. For producing Whiplash and Get Out, Jason Blum has received 2 Best Picture Oscar nominations, including a Best Miniseries Emmy win for producing The Normal Heart. Jason Blum's deep influence from Roger Corman's New World Pictures exploitation film productions helped to ensure films were as cheap as possible, but made massive returns on investment due to strong marketing and unique talent behind the camera. For example, Jordan Peele's Oscar-winning Get Out cost merely $4.5 million, but made $176 million in the US, added to a foreign gross of $79 million, totaling to over $255 million worldwide. This use of small-budget horror films as tentpole blockbusters has helped to ensure Blumhouse has thrived and been massively successful for over a decade, with many films under their belt.
We get to do the opposite, because the most we can lose is $1 million. So what I always look for is, what has anyone read this weekend that there are no comps? What feels totally different? So Get Out is a great example of that. Get Out is it's hard to tell from this, but it's basically a horror version of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. You know, the market, the whole forces everything.
When you come back here in a couple years, you're going to be making $100 million movies?
No, I don't. I really, unless there's some seismic change in my life, I'm not. I really don't like all the things that go along with making $100 million movies, and I don't have any ideas about how to I don't think the process is broken. It works great. I mean, Disney, I can't put this, Marvel, all of that is spectacular.
Blum has taken chances with some more experienced directors to ensure his product stands out for others to consume. Even with these risks for quality, his understanding of how to use a budget effectively has ensured absolute failure has been rare.
If a studio chief came to you and said, here's $200 million, I insist that you spend every penny, what would you do with it?
I would make 40 movies. We look at people who Hollywood undervalues, and Hollywood is very guilty of undervaluing people. Everyone says in Hollywood, you're only as good as your last movie. That's so dumb. Hollywood would much rather bet on a director who's done a great short that won Sundance than a director who's made 5 movies, 2 of which worked, 2 of which didn't.
Directors like Mike Flanagan, James Wan, Scott Derrickson, Damien Chazelle, M. Night Shyamalan, and Jordan Peele were risks to helm projects due to less successful previous films or lack of experience, but are now in-demand filmmakers with many upcoming projects. Among these projects are Jordan Peele currently working on the Twilight Zone modern revival, James Wan on DC's Aquaman, and Damien Chazelle with his Neil Armstrong film First Man, receiving rave reviews out of TIFF recently. Even with a myriad of success, Blum has been able to recognize when failure does become an outcome for his film productions.
We have a lot of records, our company, a lot of profitable movie records. We also hold a record for the lowest grossing wide release film of all time, which is not a particularly good record that you want to hold, but we do have it for Gem and the Holograms.
Right. Blum's strategy of micro budgets with high concepts and interesting filmmakers has been able to recover from the failure of such films as 2015's Gem and the Holograms. With the success of recent films like Get Out, Upgrade, and Black Klansman, Blumhouse is on the rise to not only continue success, but a larger array of unique efforts in film. Knowing how the studio works, it would be a privilege to work any job regarding any film made by Blumhouse. But any film set, even as just a production assistant, would be incredible, no matter the quality of the film. Learning from what directors do on a set helps to inspire insight into my own creativity, and would be useful on the way to becoming a film director. My love of horror is also a draw, as the genre is so difficult to execute but satisfying when done with thought put into it. The idea of being given a minuscule yet manageable budget, and also being given general creative freedom as a director would be a dream. Using limitations as a catalyst for creativity can be helpful for a boost in quality, knowing more thought is needed in the filmmaking process. Whether the film is a massive 2,000 plus theater distribution or a Netflix released film, the fact that a filmmaker can be a part of something that starts small but becomes a staple of the modern zeitgeist is incredible. The journey to becoming a film director for Blumhouse is undoubtedly arduous, and only time will tell if toiling away and improving filmmaking skills will help to getting to that spot. If directing is out of the question, editing and writing are also attractive options for the process of filmmaking for Blumhouse.